Welcome in, everybody, to our Boulevard Home Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. Dixie Flyers hosting here in the hangar the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs for their second meeting here in Region 9 play. King Cormaster here with Ben Lindquist on your broadcast. And Ben, Friday night here at Dixie High School, ready for some Region 9 basketball.
And Caden, I sound like a broken record, but I don't know of a better place to spend a Friday night in southern Utah. Are you kidding me? A matchup of the two first and second place teams in the region. We got a special one for us tonight.
Absolutely we do. And as you mentioned, yeah, we got the two top teams in the region. Dixie so far undefeated through region play and sitting with a record with only 3 losses. Definitely one of the top teams in the state. In fact, top team in 4A. They're a team that's tough to beat, and Crimson looking to see if they can be the ones to give them loss number 4 on the season, first in region.
Well, and Coach Roberts has a history of great Flyer basketball teams. This is no exception. This might be a special team for a couple of reasons. One, he's been able to see this team through since they were kids, including his own son, who set the state record just a couple nights ago with 20 assists, Caden, in one basketball game.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I actually got a chance to talk to Coach Roberts a little bit about the upcoming game and ask him that exact question. So let's see what Coach had to say about it. Coach, getting ready for Crimson Cliffs tonight. Tell me, heading into this game, what you guys are looking forward to accomplish here besides just getting the win.
Yeah, I mean, obviously just a fun environment. Just having that opportunity tonight to play a really good team. Coach Murdoch always does a great job of preparing them, and just really just looking forward to a really competitive game and getting our guys kind of loose and getting them going into a tough environment.
Tell me what it was like from your perspective to see Jordan get that 20 assists last game.
It was fun. I mean, obviously to be a part of something like that, especially when it's a state record that's been there for 42 years, was special. But it's just one of those things. Like, he's just so unselfish, and it was fun to see him get that 20 assists, and credit his teammates for making shots, because it's a team thing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Coach Roberts there, talked to him pregame a little bit about, again, getting 20 assists for Jordan in the last game. And got choked up a little bit. There's definitely a fine line sometimes between father and coach.
Well, and the assist is such a unique statistic because it represents a great teammate. It represents a guy who can see the floor but cares about his teammates and is looking for others to score. And in a day and age when most guys are thinking how many points can they put up, it's kind of cool to have a kid that's thinking about it. Can I get that many assists? And I love that, that's his son. That's a special moment for a father and son.
Absolutely, and I continued talking with him even after the interview, and he said, one thing about Jordan that he's always felt when it comes to the game of basketball is, I don't have to be the guy that scores all the time. Sure, I can score, but I kind of just like passing the ball. I like to see the success in the team and not just with me. And the assist is one of those statistics. Yes, there is success in you when you do it well, but really it turns out to be success for the team.
Well, if you have a guy that is so concerned about having others do well, whether it's in a company, whether it's in a family, man, it's just, it rubs off on everybody. And he's a special player because he's not the tallest guy. He's not the most athletic guy, but he's a guy that is certainly somebody that you have to scout against. You certainly have to be aware of where he's at on the floor. I don't know if I've been able to see a guy since Kevin Love, the great UCLA player and now NBA player, NBA champion, who's been able to get the ball up the floor with that one-hand rocket pass or that two-hand over-the-head pass. Pretty incredible for a high school player to get 20 assists in one basketball game. It's 32 minutes. I say this all the time. Getting 30 or 35 points, Caden, is incredible because there's just not a lot of time. In the NBA game, you have 48 minutes, a lot to do there. But in 32 minutes to get 20 assists, incredible.
Absolutely. In talking as well with Coach Roberts, he did mention that Jordan is he's a little banged up today, but he is going to play. So expect to see Jordan out there on the floor tonight.
Well, in this point of the season, I think you're starting to get a lot of guys who are banged up, and certainly this Crimson team is no stranger to that, with a starting point guard who looks like he's out of his walking boot, but broke his foot back in December.
Yeah.
And then you've got, every team has had a guy go down. Jackman out in Hurricane. Jackson Holman at Desert Hills is another guy that they lost to a knee injury. And so, and Owen Mackey was even out for several games for Snow Canyon. And so, it's certainly something you have to play through. What's unique about that for the Flyers is they only really play 6 guys, Caden. So having a guy that's got a little bit of a limp in his giddy up, that might be something for us to watch tonight.
Yeah, it can definitely be tough for these teams. Let's step aside and take a break inside of our pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Stop by Bucks with their many locations across southern Utah. And when we come back, we're going to be getting into our keys to the game, starting lineups, and more. Stick around with us here on the Fan Sports Network. 2 minutes, and we will be right back.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations. Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cass Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Welcome back in here to the hangar for the Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Dixie Flyers and Crimson Cliffs Mustangs about to get underway here any minute. JV game went a little long, off to a little bit of a later start here this evening, but both teams are warmed up and we're just about ready to get on with our starting lineups, our national anthem, and more. So should be an exciting basketball game, Ben.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is what it really is all about, and already a packed house. Going to be hard to find a seat in here, but I see a couple patches. Maybe if you're on your way, have someone save a seat for you because it is going to be rocking tonight in the hangar.
It definitely is, and we got both student sections showing up well. One side, blackout on the Dixie Flyer side, and the Crimson Cliff side going with a beach theme, so it's kind of fun that way.
I love what the students do. They make it fun. What a cool idea.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to step aside for just a little bit longer, and we'll take a break for the national anthem, and we'll have more when we return. Starting lineups when we get back here on the Fan Sports Network.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 200 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now by visiting redrockrealestate.com.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Welcome back in. Boulevard Home Game of the Week pregame show built by Bucks Ace Hardware, one of our great sponsors for the game tonight. And as we get into it here, it's time for our House of Jump starting lineups, and then we'll backtrack into our keys to the game here. House of Jump starting lineups. Let's take a look here for Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Number 12, Drake Carroll. Number 15, Noah Marsden. Number 22, Sean Feltz. Number 23, Trevor Taylor. And number 24, McKay Lindquist. And on the Dixie side, as the lights go out, they got a video playing and everything. The problem is it's on the drop-down screen right in front of us, so we can't see it. But they have the video playing and stuff. It's kind of fun. Dixie starting.
And these warm-ups and starting lineups, Kate, are starting to rival the NBA.
Just about. I'm waiting for the fireworks. Let's get to it. Dixie starting lineup, number 3, Damon Myers. Number 10, Jordan Roberts. Number 12, Kyle Lemke. Number 14, Logan Whitehour. Number 22, Brecken Robinson. It's your starting lineup there for the Dixie Flyers. And Ben, let's talk about our Team D Auto Sales keys to the game.
So keys to the game tonight, Caden. Thank you, Team D, for being such a great sponsor and making this possible. First of all, for Crimson, they've got to get a quick start. This is a team that you do not want to get in a hole against the Dixie Flyers. They just score too consistently and do too many things right. And then you've got to stop the fast break in both of the matchups. And yes, both of them. This is the third time these teams have played. They've really been able to get out in transition, even on made baskets. And lastly, they have to feed the big fella, Sean Feltz. My goodness, he's averaging 37 the last 2 games. He is a guy they've got to go to early and often. For Dixie, they've got to control the tempo and play Flyer basketball from start to finish, because this is going to be one of the toughest tests of the season for them, and certainly the toughest test for their undefeated region quest. Second, they've got to control the paint. This is a matchup, Kyle Lemke versus Sean Feltz, that may very well decide the game tonight. And last, balanced scoring. Yes, you're going to get buckets from J-Rob. Yes, you're going to get them from Kyle Lemke. Who's going to be that third and fourth guy? Is it going to be Brecken Robinson? Is it going to be Forsey? Or is it going to be somebody else for the Flyers?
Those are your Team D Auto Sales keys to the game. Team D Auto Sales, check them out online at teamdautosales.com or in St. George on the Boulevard. And as Dixie again continues on with their starting lineups, we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast here. Brought to you by Boulevard Home, making your house a home for 50 years here in Southern Utah. Just a staple of the community. Boulevard Home, been around for ages, and we absolutely love them here in Southern Utah.
Well, after a NBA quality starting lineup there, it looks like we're about ready to tip this thing. The spotlight's still down over center court, but the house lights finally come back on, and it looks like we're about to have a basketball game.
Absolutely. Crimson, not in crimson, but in blue today. And Dixie wearing the whites. What do you think of those blue uniforms for the Mustangs?
I like it. I like it. A little Mustang blue.
That's pretty nice, pretty nice. And you got Sean Feltz with the big orange shoes down there with the big splash of color.
Yeah, the reverse Grinches, I'm told.
Is that what he calls them?
That's what they're called, yeah.
All right, I like it. Well, about to get underway, and yeah, Sean Feltz, Kyle Lemke getting ready to tip off here. And into the second half of Region 9 play we go.
Well, and they even have music to go to the jump ball. I'll tell you what, the Flyers, they're not messing around tonight.
They're ready. I think Roger over there is having a little bit of fun playing some music is what it is.
It's like the NBA now when they got the organist at the Madison Square Garden for the Knicks.
Oh. That's right. That's right. Well, Dixie's getting things underway. Myers
and a little bit
Roberts.
of a zone to start the game for the Mustangs. This will be interesting to watch, yeah.
I like the change. Dixie trying to find a way to penetrate instead. They'll just go with a Logan Whitehour three-pointer.
And there's no better way to beat a zone than to make three-point shots. A guy that actually didn't shoot a lot of those in the first matchup. I don't even know if he got one off.
He's picked up his three-point shooting in the second half of the season here. Taylor gets inside to Sean Feltz. He pushes it up for an easy two.
And one of our Team D keys of the game, almost another travel from J-Rob there, but getting it into the big fella.
And now Dixie back at it here after a quick couple of baskets, makes it 3-2. Robinson back up top, Myers over to Roberts. Roberts back to Myers up top. Back and forth they go across the top of the key.
And Caden, the key to the zone is even though you're in a spot, you have to make sure you're still guarding a guy.
Down low after a bobbled pass, it's in for two for Kyle Lemke.
Great touch by the big guy. If he goes left shoulder, right hook, you can pretty much count it 70 or 80% of the time.
Over to the side is Taylor. Looks for Lindquist in the corner. Bringing it back up top to Taylor, swinging it around, Marsden. Up top, Lindquist. Swings back around to the left side. Carroll down low, and he's fouled, and will head to the line.
And this is something that Dixie's done a great job of, Caden, is staying out of foul trouble. When you only play 6 guys, you have to be worried about 2 things, fouls and injury. And right now, we're only a minute and a half into it, and they've already got a foul on Damon there.
First free throw is good.
I love the idea of getting an early free throw, too, as a player. Just seeing the ball go in, it gives you that confidence.
And the second is no good.
Apparently not enough confidence to have it go in the second time, but it is nice to see it go down.
Robinson with the ball up top. Looking for a way inside, swings it over to Roberts, now to Whitehour. Whitehour on the right side, drives baseline, goes up with the left hand on the reverse for 2.
And we talked about who is going to be that third scorer for the Flyers, and it looks like already Whitehour is convinced that it might be him.
Over to the right side is Marsden up top, Lindquist swinging it over now to Taylor. Taylor on the drive in, kicks out back to Lindquist. Inside now, Sean Feltz going up against Kyle Lemke. He pushes up the hook, catches the rim with the soft touch for 2.
And 2 for 2, 4 points for the big fella. It looks like we weren't the only ones that thought that might be a key to the game.
Robinson over to Whitehour in the left corner. He'll drive baseline against Taylor. Stops, gets to the cut, and Jordan Roberts is blocked by Taylor. And off of the leg. It's going to go out after it hits off the leg of Logan Whitehour and will be picked up by the Mustangs.
And a little bit of a break for the Mustangs there, as turnovers were one of the things that really kind of troubled them last year and early this season. They got it under control, and that was a close one right there.
On the Holbrook asphalt replay right there, saw the block from Taylor. Maybe our Mountain Land Supply defensive play of the game. Candidate early on. Feltz with the ball up high by the free throw. Goes in against Lemke. Off the front of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Whitehour.
And you see how quickly the Flyers get the ball up the floor, even whether it's made or a missed basket.
And now Lemke takes his shot at the basket for 2.
And 9-5 already for the Flyers. Certainly something you don't want to try and counter basket for basket if you're Crimson.
Carroll brings the ball up for the Mustangs. Carroll off to Feltz. Feltz loses control of it into the hands of Myers, and Lindquist on the quick steal for the Mustangs, and then back into the hands of Lemke. Roberts to the basket, hands off to Whitehour for 2.
And sometimes just trying to do too much, too quick. As we see Lindquist up there with the shot, and you can see already the pace, Caden, that Dixie plays at. They don't stop at all, whether you make a basket or miss it.
Roberts with the ball up top, swinging it over to Robinson on the left side.
Looks like a little bit of confusion on this zone here. And Whitehour, no hesitation.
Missed that one off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Carroll. Carroll spins, pushes it up, no good.
A little bit of a challenging shot there. That's one. Sometimes these kids just come to a jump stop.
Roberts will
Does
drive
a
in
good
with
job
the right hand. And a blocking foul will go against Drake Carroll.
Does a good job of rejecting that high screen, and that's something he's really good at, that little hesitation counter dribble, as we see an early sub here, and Forsey steps on for the first time tonight.
Roberts inbounds into Forsey. And Tyson Forsey brings it up top. Slowing it down here. Flyers pushing it down on the baseline to Lemke. He bounced it off his foot out of bounds.
And, you know, this goes into last season. For whatever reason, Sean Feltz seems to give him a little bit of trouble. He doesn't seem to struggle against anybody else, but it just shows you that size and the influence it has. But another thing, it's 11-5 with just under 4 minutes. And this, as you can see, man, you don't want to get down too many points to Dixie, because they make a 6-point game feel like it's even more.
And Drake Carroll on the three, the Cache Valley Bank three-pointer. Drake Carroll.
One of those shots that as the coach, you're like, no, yes, Caden, shoot it.
Whitehour up top, gets it down to Roberts. He's blocked by Sean Feltz.
You see the impact the big fella has there.
Carroll crosses up to Forsey. Feltz on the outside three, it's good.
And just like that, I said a 6-point game feels like more. It's 11-11 with just under 3 minutes.
Tying it up here.
And he can hit that, Caden. He had 2 in the other ones. We see Lindquist get the steal here.
Second steal of the night for Lindquist. Taylor
Great
inside
pass.
Feltz. Oh, and could not get it.
Unusual. He's a guy that usually tries to dunk everything, and he just had that little baby floater.
And maybe next time he'll say, I'm just going to dunk that one.
Yeah. And we need that for our house to jump 1 hour of free on any dunk.
That's right. We need some dunk time. Some dunk jump time, I
now,
should say.
I watched Whitehour warming up, and he didn't miss many of those. You can see he's very comfortable shooting the three at home.
Yeah, a couple of threes already here tonight, making it 14-11 and 2:05 left on the clock. Carroll drives in and back out, and Feltz will take the foul line jumper. No good. Lindquist on the putback. Can't catch the rim. Nearly gets his own rebound. Instead, it goes in Flyer hands.
An underrated offensive rebounder, and those are the ones you always wish you had back when they're that easy.
Jordan Roberts back in control now to Forsey, swinging it around. Robinson, Forsey again.
Looks like they're back into a man, which is traditionally what they play. As we see Roberts fly it up there from up high. Good box out by Lindquist, and they're off. Good defensive stop.
Good stop for the Mustangs indeed. 1:30 left as Carroll controls it up high by the half-court line on top of the Dixie logo.
And now we see the Flyers in a little bit of a zone, as that's pretty easy. I mean, that's where Trev Taylor's pretty tough down on the block if he's touching the paint. Again, you see how quick they get the ball up the floor, Caden.
Inside now, Lemke against Feltz. He dumps it off to Robinson for two. And a steal by Dixie quickly on the other side. It's Whitehour on the drive. He floats it up. No good. Rebounded Carroll. And the Mustangs may have lost control of it there, but they hold off on a defensive stance.
You can see Coach Murdoch over there saying, hey, guys, let's just slow it down a little bit. We're on the road. No reason to give away any freebies.
Taylor stops and sends it right back outside. 15 on the shot clock. Feltz nearly losing control of it. Gets it right back. Hands it off to Carroll. Carroll looking for the pick. Takes the shot. Off the front of the rim. No good. Feltz gets the offensive board. And a call.
A good call there. I think Lemke turned over to Coach Roberts and said, yeah, that was my bad. That's another one to watch. You know, in high school, you only get the 5 fouls, and these guys only play 6 guys. That will be interesting as we see Steele Barbin come onto the floor for Noah Marsden for the first time tonight.
Yep, still Barbin.
Region 9 MVP in football, great athlete, baseball, football, basketball.
Does a little bit of everything for sure. 30 seconds left as the ball stolen away by Dixie. On the fast break, it's Bracken Robinson. 18-13 with 18 seconds left to go.
And 4 early turnovers just in the first quarter. You know, that's all. It's a turnover every other minute. And that is going to be hard to beat the Flyers with that kind of turnover.
5 seconds left to go. Barbin inside Taylor. Taylor on the drive against Forsey. Forces a shot. Nothing there.
And again, this is one where, you know, as a lover of basketball, you love to see a jump stop and kick to the open guy in that type of situation. But 18-13 after one, Caden, I don't think any other teams should feel too comfortable yet. This is a good basketball game that should be close.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside, take a 45-second break. We'll have more for you coming up next on the Fan Sports Network.
Red Ledges Dermatology and Med Spa, specializing in general and cosmetic dermatology, treating acne, rashes, warts, and more. They even do cancer screenings and offer a free chemical pill with your first appointment. So if you need dermatology, think Red Ledges Dermatology, located just off Snow Canyon Parkway, St. George.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on thefansportsnetwork.com.
Second quarter about to get underway here. 18-13, 5-point game on the Fan Sports Network. Over at Desert Hills, and Nets on Fire score update. 13-11, it's a close game. Right now, Thunder lead over Pineview.
That's kind of an interesting score. Desert Hills, who's had a little bit of a rough patch the last couple of weeks. Pineview has been playing great. Of course, we've got that our other crews over at that game as well. You can stream that game, and depending on this game, maybe catch it on the radio as we see the Mustangs with the ball here in the second.
Sean Feltz puts it up for 2 to get things rolling for Crimson
just
Early
like
in the
that,
second.
he's got 9 points, Caden.
He's doing a solid job down low right now offensively. Damon Myers controls it for the Flyers. Gets it up top to Lemke, now to Roberts. Roberts waiting for the offensive off-ball movement. Takes a pick. Goes up for it from 17 feet out. No good. And Barbin saves it from going out of bounds, and now it's Mustang ball.
Good defensive possession there for the Mustangs. Will they capitalize on the offensive end as Lindquist goes in, hesitates, and puts up the shot a little long?
I like the idea, the stop and pop, creating your own shots, but here comes Dixie the other direction. Now Robinson on the left wing. Gets the pick from Lemke, drives in, pushes it up.
Crimson in that man, as he, which they started in that zone. Early 3 there, and
Stop
somehow
and pop, it's good. Cache Valley Bank 3-pointer.
Certainly not.
It hit
I don't know
the
how you
perfect
explain
spot
that.
of the rim.
It kind of hit the soft spot of the top of the backboard. Just had enough spin to just kind of land in.
Yeah,
My goodness.
It got sandwiched between the glass and the rim, and it was just enough to take the momentum off the ball, and it fell right in. Because that's a missed shot from Forsey. And on the fast break now, slowing it down, is Noah Nelson, who's checked into the ball game. Tied game at 18.
And it still feels like Dixie has the advantage as we see Trev Taylor, though, with the,
long
batted
2,
around.
offensive rebound. And it looks like the Mustangs will reset with just under 6 minutes to play here in the first half.
A little helter-skelter, Caden. This is one of those games that's not as smooth for this late in the region season.
Backdoor cut, Taylor with the right hand from the left side. And now the Mustangs see their first lead of the game.
And just like that, they score a well-timed play.
And Jordan Roberts takes it right back with his Cache Valley Bank 3-pointer.
It's funny, the old announcer curse. As soon as you say something, the opposite happens.
Yeah,
Mustangs
exactly
get their first lead, and Dixie says, I'll take it right back.
That's exactly right. Sean Feltz, ball up top, getting it down low to Taylor. Taylor up against Myers, can't get it to go. And Roberts will bring in the rebound.
And it's a little bit of 5-on-4 here as Trevor Taylor's got a little bit of a limp. He's pointing to cover his back, and they're able to not capitalize.
Down low, Feltz going up against Kyle Lemke, and Lemke gets the best of him for 2.
So far, the tempo of the game is what we'd expect out of 2 of the top teams.
And Lindquist off the glass, no good.
And he's had good looks tonight. You know, I think, again, as a player, those are the ones that you want back when they're that easy. But some breakdown on defense,
Forsey with the open three, it's not there, and still Barbin will bring in the rebound.
Great rebound there, and it looks like Coach Murdoch says, hey, we got to settle down just a little bit.
Yep, settle down, clean it up, and with that, we're going to take a quick break with 4.5 minutes left to go in the second. Quick 30-second break. We'll be back after this.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
After the timeout, Mustangs again control it, 23-20. Dixie leads. And Carroll thrown into the corner to Nelson. Nelson stops. Swings it around to Marsden. Marsden on the drive. High off the glass, good for two.
And Marsden's a guy going to a strong hand. He's really great at finishing with that right hand.
Up top, Flyers. Marsden down low to Lemke. Blocked by Feltz, and the foul.
And you can see the trouble that Sean Feltz gives. It's funny, sometimes it's easy for big guys to play against big guys, you know. It's when the little guys are at their knees and waist that make it disruptive.
Yep. Roberts looking for somewhere to go, goes into Myers up top. Myers over to Robinson. Robinson back to Myers. Inside now, Whitehour. Whitehour going up against Carroll. Stops, spins, pushes it up, no good. Rebound, Carroll. Fast break, Marsden slows it down off the glass, no good. He's a little off of his center of gravity and couldn't get the shot to go down. So now Flyers control it. Deep three, Robinson, no good. Tipped around, and it'll be Crimson Cliffs basketball.
Again, and I don't know if it's just, I mean, it's a packed house. There's a lot of pressure on this game for both teams, and it just seems like they're not quite as sharp as you usually see both of these teams.
Drake Carroll. Pick from Feltz. Goes back outside to Marsden. Now Barbin all the way across court. Nelson. No good. And rebound Roberts. Jordan Roberts to Myers on the fast break, good for two.
A great no-look pass there by J-Rob. My goodness, a guy that sees the floor so well.
Carroll controls it for the Mustangs up top, swinging it around. Now Nelson. Back up to Barbin, and now into the hands of Carroll, looking to get it down low. It's tipped away by Lemke into the hands of Roberts on the fast break. Flyers, nothing there. Kick ball, they'll take it back out.
And turnovers are the story of this game so far. Something we didn't have on our keys to game because really both teams have been so good all season long. But for Crimson right now with 6 turnovers in just the first half as we see a couple of fresh bodies come on for the Mustangs. Lindquist and Taylor will replace Noah Nelson and Steele Barbin. 2:44 left, Caden. 25 for Dixie and 22 as we see Lemke.
He doesn't take threes very often.
A rare three-pointer for the big fella.
He might have been working on those in practice.
He's got a great release. It makes sense as Sean comes right back. Lindquist with the rebound.
Nowhere to go on as he was trying to save it with his momentum going out of bounds. On the drive is Whitehour. It's tipped away. No, not tipped away. It's going to be off of the hands of Dixie and into the hands of the Mustangs.
And Coach Roberts at half court saying, I don't know if you saw that the way I did, as it looked like there might have been a little bit of contact. But, you know, these refs, they've been consistent. They've called it really well both ways and let the kids play, which is the best way, really.
Lindquist over to Taylor on the right side. Inside is Sean Feltz from 8 feet out. Good.
Such a soft touch as he gets his 11th point of the game, and we've got a 24-28 ball game here with just over 2 in the second.
Roberts gets it over to Myers. Myers inside is Whitehour, kicking it back out.
And Crimson back in the zone.
Flyers on the drive in is Robinson. Hands it off to cutting Jordan Roberts is good for 2.
And this is the great thing about what the Flyers are doing is they're dribbling baseline and they're having a weak side basket cut, which is the best way to beat a zone because you're not used to really matching up with a guy. So if you basket cut, you have to pass him off.
Marsden looking down low to Feltz. Feltz hook shot off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Whitehour. Here comes Roberts. 1:25 left to go. Hands off to Whitehour, who pulls the 3, no good. Rebounded Sean Feltz.
And you got a feeling that the building kind of might have erupted a little bit there with that one. But right now, the story is just some lack of execution for the Mustangs on some easy shots and missed opportunities. Wow.
Sean Feltz goes up again with the high shot. Big bounce, good for 2. On the other side, Robinson, nothing there. Offensive rebound, and it's swatted away by Taylor. Lindquist on the drive. He goes off the glass, and that's in for 2. And now it's a 2-point ball game, 30-28, with 45 seconds left to go here from the hanger in the first half of play.
And a great finish there by Lindquist. That's one of the hardest things to do in basketball is make sure you stop the ball on defense, especially when it's a broken play.
The shot goes up from Jordan Roberts. Following his own shot, he knew it was going off, but nobody was
and
there.
A little bit of a mismatch is.
And a good defensive effort there by Myers. The Mustangs are still able to hold on to it. What looked like it was a 2-on-1 fast break was broken up by Damon Myers.
And Caden, come to a jump shot or jump stop. If he takes you, great, you got the dish. If he doesn't take you, you've got the shot. Fundamental basketball will win 9 out of 10 times. Athleticism will win the last.
5 seconds on the clock. Taylor's in the corner. Picked up by Whitehour. Goes to Drake Carroll for the shot. No good. And that'll be the end of the first half.
And a good look, but they had Feltz wide open on the block. Sometimes you just got to keep going to the big guy who's got 13 of your 28.
And the score at the half, 30-28. A ball game here in the hangar where the Flyers lead over the Mustangs by only 2. This game's going to be an interesting second half when we come back on the Fan Sports Network. It's going to be the Rally Stop halftime show. Stick around.
We might need a soda from Rally Stop after a first half like that,
I definitely can use a snack and a drink from Rally Stop. We'll be back with more on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network.
Remember when Down East was all scratch and dent furniture? Your go-to for dorm rooms, kids' rooms, and first homes? Well, the times have changed and Down East has changed with you. Down East is proud to offer our beautiful collection of high-quality furniture designed to elevate your space and make a statement. From stylish sofas and dining tables to cozy bedroom collections. If you're starting fresh or looking to upgrade, Down East has everything you need to create the home you'll love.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 11 years of local experience, a staff of over 25 employees, and a 4.9 Google rating. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Or maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool? Well, Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Plan your perfect getaway or staycation. Visit St. George, Utah, vacationrentals.com.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
The Fan Sports Network is your home for local sports. Catch The Drive with Devin Dixon from 7 to 9, and From the Bleachers with Caden Formaster and Mark Musgrave from 4 to 6. Plus, Utah Tech and high school sports live on the radio and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. Boulevard Home, making your house a home for 50 years in southern Utah. It's Caden Formaster with you on the broadcast here inside of our Rally Stop halftime show. Rally Stop wants to remind you that there's no better place to refuel after the game than Rally Stop. So make sure to check on into there after the game for the best snacks, drinks, refuel, everything at Rally Stop. Now, I've lost my co-host. He's going to be down doing some stuff for the halftime show as part of our Shoot for Cash with Stephen Wade Auto Center. So he's down there having some fun with that. I'll be holding things down here for the Rally Stop halftime show. So let's dive right on into it. Score at halftime, 30-28. Dixie on top in what has become so far a solid and really fun first half of play. Both of these teams showing some promise. And I will say this, it feels like there's times where Dixie feels like they're going to get ready to pull away, and maybe a couple baskets from Dixie turns into a basket from Crimson Cliffs, and then all of a sudden a couple baskets from Crimson Cliffs maybe turns into one basket for Dixie. Back and forth it goes, back and forth it goes. And here we are now with the first half underway and only a 2-point game. Let's talk about some of our scores across town as well. The latest update I have from Desert Hills was that it was 13-11 at the end of the first half. I'm going to see if I can get a few more updates on that before we end our halftime show here. I'm sure they should be getting a halftime over there as well anytime now. But before we get to some more of those scores, see if we can get some scores from the Cedar and Hurricane game as well. Again, just talking about some of the things here, revisiting our Team D Auto Sales keys to the game. Crimson Cliffs was a quick start. I wouldn't say they got off to a quick start, but I would say that they held the tempo that Dixie started. And part of that was controlling the tempo, right? Dixie wanted to control the tempo. Yes, they did that, but Crimson Cliffs is holding strong to that as well. When it comes down to controlling the paint, Sean Feltz with 13 points on the defensive side for Dixie, offensive side for Crimson Cliffs. And on the other side, Kyle Lemke with 9, but most of the scoring points for the Flyers has actually come down low. So controlling the paint, maybe not quite there. Balanced scoring, absolutely though. The balanced scoring has been a big key here for the Flyers so far. Only 10 points by the leading scorer, Logan Whitehour, so far, with 9 from Lemke. Throw in 5 from Jordan Roberts, 2 from Damon Myers, and 4 from Brecken Robinson. So quite even scoring across the board from your starters so far today. I like the looks of that. And for Crimson, one of their keys was feed Sean Feltz. Well, they're doing that. As we mentioned, he's leading all scorers right now with 13. He's finding ways to get shots off, including from deep or down low. Doesn't really matter. He's able to get it done from all facets of the game. As we're inside the Rally Stop halftime show, the Stephen Wade Shoot for Cash underway. And as I mentioned, my co-host down there on the mic for the Shoot for Cash, and it looks like we got a foul shot. Nearly getting the three-pointer to go for 250. Another shot still missed. 3 seconds. And he gets it. Not enough time for the half-court shot. That's still a solid $250 to their charity, or to their charity, should I say, to their school group as charity from Stephen Wade. Another about to go underway here, but we're going to step aside for just a little bit. More Rally Stop halftime show when we return here on the Fan Sports Network. 2-minute break, and we'll be back right after this.
Scooters Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee, anytime is a good time to sip and smile. Scooters Coffee, open 7 days a week.
Coming back a little early, we got an early candidate that's already got the three-point shot underway. We have to check this out here. And he did it! He got it! The crowd rushes the floor. The half-court shot was made, and the Stephen Wade Shoot for Cash. Congrats to Dixie High School. One more shooter left to go. We had to jump in for that. Made the free throw. Made the layup, the free throw, and the three-pointer. Boom, boom, boom. One right after another. Gave himself 15 seconds left to shoot that half-court shot. One more shooter left to go. We'll see how this one does. And then we'll step aside for a longer break here on the Fan Sports Network. See how our Shoot for Cash goes here. The first one's good. Free throw. Also good. Good looking shot here. Three-pointer no good, but right on the line. Still not good. 15 seconds left to go. Same spot on the rim. Hitting the left side, left rim. Got him a little more right, hitting the left rim. There it is. One more shot. Maybe can get off two. Short there. And the final one, not good. All right, there's your Steve Wade Shoot for Cash. Again, we'll take a break. We got more for you on the other side here on the Fan Sports Network.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Everyone loves local sports and, of course, loves ice cream. And the best ice cream on the planet is Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late every day of the week with dozens of delicious flavors. So after your favorite team wins, head over to Handel's to celebrate with locations in St. George, Layton, and Woods Cross.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
Hey, it's Caden Formaster.
And Mark Musgrave, the voice you know with the Fan Sports Network.
Check out our local sports radio show From the Bleachers live every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m.
Listen to us on the radio on 99.5 or 95.3 FM.
You can also listen through the Fan Sports Network app or watch the show live on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page.
The Fan Sports Network is your home of Utah Tech Trailblazers, high school sports, and the pros.
The Fan Sports Network, Southern Utah's home for local sports. Back inside your Rally Stop halftime show here on the Fan Sports Network. 30-28 as the Flyers lead over the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. An update from across town brought to you by Nets on Fire. That Nets on Fire update. Pineview up over Desert Hills by 1 at the half in a low-scoring game, 21-20.
Wow, and a close game over there. That's at Desert Hills, is it not?
Correct.
Yes.
It is at Desert Hills, yeah.
Well, and we just had another Stephen Wade shoot for cash moment, $500 for Landon and the Jetettes, I believe.
All right, yeah, well, we were getting ready to go to a break, but I decided we can't go to a break yet. He made the first 3 so quickly.
Made it look easy. He had like 22 seconds left to make the half quarter.
He had a lot of time for that half-court shot. Yeah, so we had to take that break just to make sure that the half-court shot went down, and it did. So I'm glad we caught that on the video. But, yeah, as we were wrapping up the Rally Stop halftime show, 30-28 here, the Flyers lead. Still no updates from Cedar and Hurricane, so if we get those updates, we'll get them to you as soon as we can.
Well, and a chance for Hurricane to get their first region win, an important game there. And
right.
I think, look, they got bit by the injury bug. They very well could have won a couple, but Jackman was leading the state in blocks and just an imposing player on the floor.
Absolutely, absolutely. So again, more Nets on Fire updates coming for you shortly, but as we are about to get underway with our second half of play, I want to thank some of our great sponsors that are bringing you tonight's ball game. Red Rock Real Estate, focus on you. From land to luxury, visit them at redrockrealestate.com. Also want to make sure to mention Handel's Ice Cream, open late and 7 days a week. You can stop by for the best ice cream on the planet. Last update that we saw, 40-13, Cedar on top.
Up big.
Big time update there. Cedar's up big over the Tigers.
And we are ready to go here in the second half, Caden. 30-28. I'm telling you what, that first half just went by in a blur.
Absolutely it did.
Back and forth, fast breaks, three-pointers. Even Lemke got into the action with the corner pocket three. A guy that I don't know if I've seen shoot. I've done 4 of his games now, and I don't think I've ever seen him shoot a three-pointer. That one looked like he was doing exactly what he knew how to do.
And I've called many Dixie games, especially for Lemke over the last 3 years, and I don't know if I've ever seen him take a three either.
And it looks like we've got the Mustangs out in that zone again. The key here is to make sure that you pass off, especially to the corner guy.
And it's Robinson up top with 15 left on the shot clock. Now Lemke going up against Feltz. He stops and goes outside to Robinson. Corner three underway, no good. Rebounded by Myers, streaking in for the offensive boards.
And everybody knows this. You have to rebound out of a zone. You just have to. And sometimes it's not your guy. You got to be able to just find somebody, as we see Lemke with the sky hook, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And Feltz did everything he could. The outstretched hand, it was right there. Got it just over the outstretched hand of Feltz for 2. But that's how good Lemke is. He knows exactly where to put the ball. Feltz trying to get the ball down low.
And it looked like it might have been a foul on Lemke, but the ref helped him out, and it looked like it's just going to be out of bounds to Mustangs. But, look, we talked about that matchup of Feltz and Lemke, and right now it's pretty evenly matched. I think these two know what it takes to play against each other, and we're seeing their best.
Pass inside to Marsden. He loses control of it. Gets it back outside to Taylor. He takes the three, and it rattles in.
And an underrated three-point shooter, I guess you'd say. He's made a whole bunch, and that was another one. You leave him wide open, you're risking it.
And Lemke strong against Sean Feltz for 2 again.
And Kyle Lemke that deep in the paint with a left shoulder right hook is just, he's going to win that a lot.
Carroll gets it to Feltz. Feltz off the glass, a nice touch for 2.
Great pass by Carroll, great finish by the big fella Sean Feltz.
Inside again, pass a little too strong from Roberts, goes out of bounds. 6:26 left to go, and 34-33, Dixie leads on the Wilkinson House Lighting scoreboard.
And I love watching Feltz and Lemke. They're two guys that love to go against each other. They're friendly to each other, and they're kind of chatting on the way down, saying, I think you got away with a foul.
Drake Carroll gets it to Feltz. Back to Carroll. Now to Lindquist. Brings inside to Taylor. Taylor drives in, back out to Feltz. Feltz on the drive inside, off the glass, and it's good.
An incredible move there by Sean Feltz as they see the Flyers. They don't waste any time getting the ball. I mean, it hadn't been down for more than 2 seconds, and it was already under the Flyers' basket.
And again, here you go, the Sean Feltz off the glass. Nice bucket for 2.
And look, Caden, we've got exactly what we'd hoped for on a Friday night. It's 35-34, now tied up. And this is just one of those games that it just kind of feels like it could go down the wire.
Absolutely. So far it has. So far it has a solid game on both counts.
And Sean Feltz was 17.
I'm laughing at Sean right now. He's laughing and he's pointing his thumb over at Kyle. The official was talking to him saying something, and he just pointed at Kyle. So I don't know what the word was there.
Yeah, and maybe they're both talking about their mustaches as both of those guys. Not something you see in high school a lot. A couple of guys on the team with mustaches.
Yeah, there you go. Marsden hands off to Lindquist. Lindquist on the drive with the left hand. Stops, outlets, Sean Feltz.
And get him for a travel there. He got a little bit anxious with those feet.
He saw the mismatch. He got excited about it. Lindquist was able to pull Kyle Lemke in.
And it looks like we got a little bit of tape, athletic tape maybe there that just got onto the court. A nice fan there to point that out before somebody slips on it.
And now the Flyers control it. Myers to Robinson, back to Myers. Swinging to Roberts.
Mustangs in that zone again, Caden. Flyers trying to get it down to Kyle Lemke and Whitehour.
He'll take the drive, and there's nothing there. Good defense by the Mustangs. Carroll will slow it down, drives baseline, finds some space, and drops it in for 2.
And again, this is what I've been preaching all season is jump stop, man. The high school game needs the jump stop. You can do so much more. Pass, shoot, find a guy. It's so much easier when you come to a complete stop.
Whitehour gets it to Myers. Now Roberts inside to Lemke. Lemke going up strong against Feltz and is in for a basket.
He's so good at using his body down low. If he gets that much deep or depth and penetration, it's just hard to guard him.
Tied up at 37. Carroll 3 is no good. It's rebounded by Whitehour. Roberts to Whitehour. High on the right side. Roberts behind the back, slows it down, resets.
So shifty with that ball.
Again, it's Lemke against Feltz. Feltz not able to get a hand on that one as Logan Whitehour gets the basket.
And a guy who started quick and has now added some points to get to 12 on the game. Second leading scorer for the Flyers is Sean Feltz with the jump hook.
Nearly catches the rim on that one, but it rolls right off the side of the rim. Nothing there. And Myers in the corner for 3 for the Flyers. That's no good. Rebounded by Whitehour on the offensive board. And the 3, Brecken Robinson.
And it comes on an offensive rebound. That's the worst thing. Again, the zone has been effective in stopping the first option, but it's resulted in offensive rebounding for the Flyers.
3:45 left in the third quarter. Lindquist picked up by Roberts, slows it down, dishes it inside to Feltz. Feltz goes underneath, had a bad angle and lost it. Roberts dishes it, Logan Whitehour. Again. Marsden blocked by Roberts, dishes it off. Feltz! You get the house of jump dunk.
And we're going to see a timeout, good timeout here. You get a basket to kind of stop the momentum, and then talk to your guys about playing a little bit better defense and securing those rebounds.
Here it is on the Holbrook Asphalt replay. Oh, that was the last replay, excuse me. Well, that'll take us into a timeout brought to you by Union Associates, your local American Family Insurance agent here in Southern Utah. Call Luke today for a quote on home, auto, life. Give him a call at 435-251-9102 and see how much you can save. And again, here in the third quarter, we've seen tied ball game. We've seen Dixie up. We've seen Crimson up. Currently, Dixie has the 5-point lead, 44-39. It's gone back and forth a couple of times here. And again, taking this time out, like you mentioned, Ben, it really just slows down the tempo just a little bit more. It's every time that tempo starts to pick up, it gets a little too wild, I think, for either coach's liking.
Well, and the thing is The zone has been effective. It's just been those second chance opportunities. The Flyers, we know, all season long are great at crashing the offensive glass. In particular, Whitehour, who makes a living getting those extra buckets. That time he gets the three, or the rebound and kicks to the three for Brecken Robinson, a guy you certainly don't want to see get hot from downtown.
No, just the other night he scored 30 by doing just that, getting real hot from downtown. Robinson gets it inside to Lemke. Lemke has been hot with that shot all second half.
And Big Sean's got to meet him a little bit earlier, because if you give him that much depth, he's just too fundamental with his left shoulder jump hook.
Lindquist dishes it inside, Feltz, and a foul picked up by Jordan Roberts. Not a ton of foul calls tonight.
That's just his first. That'll be the first. Actually, let's see, they haven't changed it yet, but that's his first. And I think the second. No, they're not going to change it. Okay, that's the first of the third quarter. Only one foul. It's the reason that we've seen the game go by so quick.
Feltz with the soft touch.
And that's his 21st point. You can see how he scored 37, or averaged 37 last week in 2 games. He's got 21, and we have just under 3 minutes in the third quarter. 46-41 as we see the replay there. Again, watch how quick they get the ball up the court. Great defense by Trevor Taylor, but you can see they do not stop at any point in the game getting the ball up the court.
Whitehour dishes it outside to Robinson. He'll pull the three. No good, off the front of the rim. Tipped away, and it'll be Mustang basketball.
And Lindquist got lucky there a little bit. When they flatten that zone out a little bit, right, they get it on the opposite side. The zone rotates, and then you have an open guy in the corner. You've got to flatten on defense. You're not guarding a spot. You're guarding a man still.
46-41. Dixie leads. Drake Carroll drives it in and gets it off the glass for 2.
You see again how quick they get it up there. But that time it was just a little too quick.
A little too quick, out of bounds. Robinson had a foot on the line when he originally had caught the ball, so that's out of bounds there. And he looked at the ref and said, I was trying to save it. I was in the air. He said, no, it was before you jumped. Before you jumped.
As we see a little young Lincoln Lindquist there getting in the action, McKay's older brother, as Carroll comes up on the right side.
And Lindquist on the drive with the left hand. Gets it down low. Feltz, good dish and good put up.
And that's the reason that you run the screen and roll, Caden, so that you get the mismatch.
Trevor Taylor, I like the defensive effort there. He was out of bounds when he was holding onto the ball, so that'll put it under the basket now for the Flyers.
And that's something that the Mustangs may want to go back to, which is that screen and roll. Get Lemke to switch on to the Crimson Mustang player, the smaller player, and then have Feltz duck him in.
4C to Roberts. Roberts on the drive, kicks out.
Good defensive rotations there.
Whitehour, now Robinson. Again, good defense by the Mustangs, blocked by Taylor, and here comes Drake Carroll off to Lindquist. Lindquist up high with the left hand, it's not there. Good defense by the Flyers to put some pressure on those shots.
Good decision by Carroll to back it out. They didn't quite have it.
Lindquist nowhere to go, gets it out to Taylor, inside Carroll.
Wow.
Nice
great
ball
passing,
movement.
All set up by the penetration, and then a great cut. Drake Carroll finds himself and stays in the open spot instead of kind of run to a defender.
And Robinson streaking in is fouled, and he'll head to the line with a chance to tie, if not take the lead. Some good transitioning here from both of these teams, leading to some exciting ball, but you know, sometimes they just need to slow it down just a hair more, make a little smarter shot.
And
we're seeing a lot of these fast breaks with misses.
Yeah, it's strange though, because you know, Crimson's up 1. They're probably going to get tied here. This guy doesn't miss too many free throws. So we've got Brecken Robinson who ties it up 47-47 as we see some substitutions for Crimson here with 1 minute left. But it feels almost like Dixie is up 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 even, but yet Crimson has not relented. They've continued to stay in the game with finding timely buckets.
And Robinson makes the next of his fabulous Freddy's free throws.
And 48-47 with a minute left in the third. We've gotten everything we hoped for. Right off the bench is Noah Nelson.
Hitting that Cache Valley Bank three-pointer.
And that's where you're, as a coach, you're saying, what a great substitution as he subbed him in, and immediately
Pat yourself
hits a
on the
three.
back for that substitution, indeed. Roberts, he'll take the three. That's no good.
Yeah.
Offensive rebound.
Great hustle by Barbin.
And the defensive rotations by the Mustangs make the
Pretty
Flyers
good
have to slow it
rotations
down.
there for how helter-skelter the play has been. 32 seconds left, shot clock 22. Got to believe they're going to go to the ball screen or getting it down low to him.
Roberts will push it up, catches the rim, good for two. Tied ball game again at 50.
And that's where Big Sean's got to be more of a shot blocker and come off and either hedge that or contest at the rim. And it looks
Mustangs
like
will slow it down.
Coach
try to get
Murdoch
one
says,
final shot.
let's get one more shot. My goodness, I hope it would either go to, hell, okay, what do I know?
You'll take Noah Nelson for two.
5 quick points, and this one's going to go, my goodness.
Oh, he got it!
Let's see if we can get that on the replay.
Let's see. Let's see if we captured it. Oh, we just missed it. Just missed it on the replay. But I think it was good. I think it was good.
Did it hit?
Not sure about that, but that does bring up the end of the third. The officials are conferencing about it. We'll take a break here at the end of the third, and we will come back with more on the other side here. 53-52 on the Fan Sports Network.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Ben, the best thing about us broadcasting live on YouTube is that I can go back and watch it off of my phone. And it's tough to say, but I feel like he got it off in time.
Yeah, and on that one, I can't quite see. I don't know if we can hear it, but
yeah.
Crimson's ball, they were up 2, now they're down 1 on a heroic shot from downtown. Almost hit the rafter. I mean, that thing came within
high.
inches.
Oh, and they're going to try to feed it down low to Felton. Marsden overthrows Feltz.
One of the ones, again, Crimson's been plagued this game by turnovers. That's really been the difference from them being up 5 or 6 potentially. Defensively, they've been pretty good against the Flyers in this zone. The one weakness has been the offensive rebounding.
There's a miss, a rare miss by Kyle Lemke down low.
But you see how good they are at offensive rebounding. Again, Crimson has got to be careful that they don't miss a box out at a critical moment out of this zone, because there's been several instances where they've gotten in and they've made them pay.
Drake Carroll to get things started here for the Mustangs. Taylor goes up top, hands it right back off to Taylor from Feltz. Feltz.
And that's where I'd like to see Feltz just pivot and square up and face the basket.
And Taylor on the drive gets blocked away by Whitehour.
And Taylor he's had a great game attacking the glass and really getting in there and being disruptive. They don't have the score, the players on the scoreboard accurately right now. They don't have Trevor in there, but I believe he's got double figures.
Feltz corner 3, no good, off the front of the rim. Offense rebound, still Barbin. Taylor, no one in front of him. Tip stolen by Damon Myers. A good read.
And so far, again, the difference has been turnovers for Crimson. They've really done a great job in so many areas, including this zone.
Roberts crossing up Nelson.
But
you could say that was a block, but Logan Whitehour's right there to clean it up.
And that's what we've said all game long is out of a zone, you have to find a guy to box out, even if it's not your spot or your guy.
Feltz with the ball inside. Quick shot with the left hand, no good.
And
or I should say on the spin around. Whoa, big time alley-oop. Kyle
And I see Kyle Lemke chatting to the official there, and he warned him. He said, that's enough, as he feels like he was shoved as he turned around and shot that. It looked funny, but that's a hard, it's just hard. They've both been banging all night.
Ball tipped away, stolen. Trying to force the pass down low. 57-52. Flyers with some momentum here. Lemke against Feltz, nothing there, it's foul.
And that'll be 2 for Feltz, not enough to sub him out, but he's a little frustrated.
Check it out on the Holbrook Asphalt replay. What a dunk.
Well, we got House of Hoops. It's time to give him the number. My goodness.
Right.
Every dunk this year gets 1 hour of jump time at the House of Hoops. What's the number again? All you have to do is text dunk, correct?
Text dunk, yes, to the House of
Jump. To the House of Jump.
To House of
House of Hoops. It feels like the House of Hoops. That was a rim-rocking dunk right there. As we see some substitutions here. 3 guys are coming off, only 2 are coming on. Oh, no, Carroll's going to stay over there and talk to Coach Murdoch, as Lemke's going to try and make this a 6-point game with just under 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. And man, this one has gone by quick.
It has, it's moving fast. And
this is them both.
there.
Lindquist with the rebound, down 5. And I gotta believe Sean Feltz is gonna touch the ball again. That or they'll post up Trevor Taylor, who has been effective down low. And they will, they're gonna try and post him up. Wouldn't be surprised to see, all they need to do is really get some basket cuts here, mix up this zone, or this man-to-man.
And hand off to Feltz. Goes up top, Lindquist. Slowing it down, 5 seconds left on the shot clock as Lindquist drives in. He has to take the shot. Rolls around the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Flyers.
And the crowd, you can start to hear come into it as they're chanting, "We got spirit," back and forth. What a great atmosphere for high school basketball.
Absolutely. On the left side is Whitehour. Into the corner goes Robinson. He takes the 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound by Lemke, and he's got the putback.
And as Coach Murdoch and the Crimson staff watch this game, I think it's going to be rebounding out of the zone. The zone has been extremely effective. They've done such a great job. As Lindquist does a pirouette, you can hear the crowd behind us saying, what a move, and it was. He shook him up, put him in a spin cycle, and came back to the left.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good, okay to be a little bit lucky and not always good, but I think he had a little bit of both on that one.
Absolutely. Well, as we mentioned, we had the House of Jump dunk, so you can text dunk to 833-644-2423 and get that 1 hour of free jump time. 59-54. We'll take a quick 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Coming out of the timeout, 59-54. Right now, Sean Feltz leading scorers with 23. Kyle Lemke with 21. The battle down low has been impressive, to say the least.
It's been a great high school basketball game. Kyle Lemke leading scorer with 21. Sean Feltz with 23. Pretty evenly matched. I would say momentum plays to Kyle Lemke with that thunderous alley-oop from J-Rob.
Ball inside goes out to Roberts.
You see how quickly the ball moves, and then he just reposts.
And he finds open opportunities like that to put it up with the opposite hand.
And what I would say if I'm trying to guard Kyle Lemke is you have to, when he passes out, you can't let him reestablish positioning because he's just too effective. As we see Whitehour get the foul on Trevor Taylor, and he's saying, man, what else do I have to do? He put elbow into my chest.
Trevor Taylor's a strong kid, and we've seen it so many times tonight where he finds himself in what he feels as a mismatch, so he tries to exploit that as much as possible. Now he's at the line for his fabulous Freddy's free throws, making the first.
52% foul shooter. Good to see the first one go down 6 with just halfway through the fourth quarter. They're going to need every one of these and everything in between, especially on the defensive end.
And short off the front of the rim on the second.
We'll go to the halfway mark, just down 6, Caden.
Jordan Roberts now controls it.
Mustangs continue to go to this zone. This is where Sean Feltz has got to get up just a little bit more. That's just too easy.
Jordan Roberts with an easy bucket. Into the corner, Noah Marsden wide open, and he sinks the Cache Valley Bank three-pointer.
He's a guy, one of the most deadly wide open three-point shooters in the Region 9, and they needed that especially.
Roberts pump fakes, kicks it out to Myers, nearly tipped away by the Mustangs. They get inside now. And a Logan Whitehour backdoor cut. Timeout taken. 65-58 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. And this timeout again brought to you by UD and Associates. Want to take this time to thank some of our great local partners that make these games happen, these streams happen for us here on the Fan Sports Network. Down East, one of our newer sponsors here. Check out Down East. They have their most popular Feather Sectional. It's perfect for hosting your guests, especially on game day. For furniture that feels as good as it looks, go check out Down East, 245 North Red Cliffs Drive.
A little bit of an update from the Nets on Fire scoreboard. Schroeder hits a three-pointer after scoring his 1,000th point on Wednesday. Pineview is up 37-36, low-scoring affair. 5:50 left in that game. How about that score? 37-36. That's Sean Felt's stat line last week.
That is about right. You know, in this game tonight, 65-58, that means that we have reached that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. So the first 5 ounces at Yogurtland tonight are free there on Holbrook Asphalt. So make sure to head on into Yogurtland after the game today and say that you're there for the big score dessert. You'll get your first 5 ounces free at Yogurtland.
Well, 3:16, every possession is critical for the Mustangs, down 7. You got to believe they drew up something here to get Sean Feltz the basketball and get something easy.
Oh, and a steal turns into a foul, and Logan Whitehour is excited for that one. He wanted to throw down.
Yeah, and it was a good call, almost just a hair late, but in the end they made the right call. A little too much arm.
Trevor Taylor on the inbound. Goes way up to Drake Carroll. 65-58, just over 3 minutes left to play here. Feltz on the pick. Dishes it inside, it's tipped away by Lemke. And now here comes Myers with the Flyers. He hands it off to Whitehour, swinging it around now to Roberts, who will set up the offense.
And a defensive stop here is imperative because Dixie knows how to milk the clock. They're going to chew every piece of this off. They'll run the high screen here. They'll try to get some action with Lemke. Got to be aware. See how he posts up so deep so early.
And good defensive pressure from Sean Feltz is still not enough for Kyle Lemke. Swinging the ball around Marsden inside to Feltz. This has been the matchup all night as Feltz and Lemke, as Feltz makes his presence known.
And that's his 25th point. He and Lemke tied for 25 a game.
Both at 25.
Pretty evenly matched. It just feels like Lemke's been so effective this second half, down low.
On the right side, Jordan Roberts. Picked up by Taylor, looking for the pick from Lemke. He takes the three off of the pick, off the front of the rim, no good.
Almost another offensive rebound. Every possession critical here. Crimson has to score some points.
Taylor on the pump fake, goes back out. Feltz will take the three. No good off the back of the rim. Myers on the rebound for the Flyers.
He's been able to make some of those, including tonight. And if that goes down, it's suddenly a 4-point game, but instead it's just 7.
Logan Whitehour will take the three, no good. Feltz on the rebound. Outlet, Marsden puts up the shot, no good on the fast break.
And really the story tonight is 2 things. Turnovers and missed layups in transition or easy baskets. Dixie's just too good. They will make you pay night after night. They've made a living in Region 9 basketball doing just that.
And Dixie has decided to slow it down here, and probably for the best.
Well, and this is something where you might want to get a couple easy fouls just because.
And there's one right there.
Well,
but
that's going to be on Dixie. But here's what's interesting. It's like when you're out here, I would go trap and just see, because you only have one foul, right? You got 4 to give up, and if with just 1 minute remaining, they're going to need to score quick and foul, but at least go for the ball with 1.5 minutes. You got some fouls to give.
Inside is Feltz, going up strong, no good. Rebounded by Whitehour. The kick out to Roberts. Roberts threading the needle. What a pass! Couldn't follow it up, but there's Brecken Robinson. On the other side quickly is Trevor Taylor. Nothing there on the three-point shot. Sean Feltz is hurt. And he's back up. Maybe he's back up. Someone landed on a foot or an ankle over there, and he was struggling to get up, but he's back up now. That's good to see.
Good sportsmanship there by Kyle Lemke as he recognizes another giant on the ground and says, hey, are you okay? But look, Caden, this is going to be a hard one to watch for the Crimson squad, because they're going to look back and see missed opportunity after missed opportunity. Offensive rebounds, basket cuts out of the zone, and ultimately turnovers and missed layups, as I think that's our 6th, somewhat wide open layup. But on the positive, boy, their game plan tonight in that zone has been really, really effective. I just think, this is a Dixie team that's used to scoring 75, 85 points, 90 a couple times in region already, and Crimson has really done a good job. Where the momentum changed was that half quarter before the 4th quarter at the end of the 3rd, and then they came out and Crimson turned it over 3 or 4 possessions, and then you have some transition buckets. One, a thunderous dunk off the alley-oop pass from Jordan Roberts to Kyle Lemke, and then from there it just felt like maybe, just maybe, the game was over.
Right. And here it is, 69-60 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard.
And look for some quick fouls as they try to get a hand on the ball here in the trap. They'll probably give 1 or 2 seconds. You can't wait long. Get a foul up here. You got 4 left.
And there it is.
And see, that's just too much time. You got to make a play on the ball. If you foul, no big deal. You got 4 more to go.
And a 9-point game, 3-possession ball game here, so you got to do something, right?
Getting another Nets on fire score. It's 47-45.
Make that 51-45. Desert Hills is up over
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And his ball is tipped around and
they get the
into
steal.
the hands of the Mustangs.
Gonna need a 3.
Here's Drake Carroll. It's not there. And Myers will bring it in for the Flyers.
They've got a foul, Caden. Otherwise, they're just going to see a highlight.
And there it is.
And very well, our AW play of the game.
And that's making our Jimmy John highlight reel for sure. And the final score comes in at 71-60.
You do not see that very often as we get the replay here. Drake Carroll shoots it up. Everybody goes to the rebound and everyone stops on Crimson. And you cannot stop against the Dixie Flyers as he bounces it off the ground and Kyle Lemke finishes it to win by 11 here in the hangar on their home floor.
Yeah. Big win for Dixie, and Crimson gave them everything they had and fought hard. But it wasn't quite enough. An 11-point win for the Flyers, 71-60. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Stick around with us on the Fan Sports Network.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Final score 71-60 here in the hangar. Dixie holds on for another win in Region 9. And real quick, just an update from across town. Desert Hills gets the win over Pineview. What some would probably call an upset amongst those two teams. Desert Hills gets a good win over the Panthers, and I believe it was the final score 55-45, so they kind of turned on the Jets there for the Thunder towards the end of that ball game. But what a night of Region 9 basketball it has been. Both of these games that we've been broadcasting here on The Fan have been phenomenal. So great basketball. We can't ask for more on a Friday night.
No, and the score is not really indicative of how close this game was, as Crimson actually had the lead with about 2 seconds left, a 2-point lead in the third quarter, the end of it, and J-Rob hits that half quarter. Turnovers early in the fourth quarter, and Dixie just seemed to pull away. And a great basketball game. Dixie continues. They go to 7-0 now in region, and really just executed at a higher rate tonight on both ends of the floor. But I think for Crimson, they're going to look back and feel like we gave away an opportunity to beat the undefeated team. Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see that feeling of coming up just a little too short in a moment when you feel like you maybe had it. So, well, with that, let's get on into handing out our awards. Let's start off with our, I want to go somewhere that's going to lean a little more Crimson on this, and that's our Mountain Land Supply Defensive Play of the Game. And I'm giving it more to just Trevor Taylor, who was all over the place. I don't know how many blocks he ended up with, but at least 3 or 4 by my count.
But just the amount of times he was getting his hand up there was phenomenal. And so, pick one, I guess, but he had many moments there. There are so many turnovers and steals all over the place, but I'm going to go with his block shots that really did make an impact on Crimson, especially when it comes to momentum.
Yeah, can't argue that. The hard part is he had so many blocks, and it seemed like every single one of them went to Dixie on the loose ball, and Dixie made him pay with a couple of threes and a couple of layups. So difficult to see that if you're on defense and you make such a great play, but an individual great performance for him tonight. But I'll tell you what, you got to give it to this Dixie team. They did not, even on those defensive stops, they made them pay. Yeah, absolutely. And then also let's talk about our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. You probably got to go with that bounce alley-oop right there at the tail end. I don't know if I've seen anything much better. Not in a high school game. That was worthy of an all-star game. It was so great, well-timed, and those two, you can tell the chemistry between those two. He got it. You knew exactly what he was going to do. Lemke knew exactly what he was going to do, and what a way to put an exclamation point on a great Friday night for the Flyers. Absolutely. And then finally, let's talk about a Findlay Subaru player of the game. I mean, it's got to go to Kyle Lemke, who had an amazing night, 27 points. And in a battle when you're going to get up against a guy like Sean Phelps, that's not always easy to do, and he made it look fairly easy. Yeah, look, Kyle Lemke, I think, has if he can struggle, because he never really struggles, but if he can struggle, he has struggled against Sean Phelps. Tonight, he won the battle of the big men, and it wasn't because Sean necessarily played bad. It was just that Kyle was that good tonight. And he was phenomenal, and really just across the board, a very entertaining game to say the least between these two teams. It's been an absolute blast to watch these guys battle it out a couple of times now in Region 9 play. So, yeah, it's great. Any final thoughts on this one, Ben? Just a great night of high school basketball. I think at the end of the day, Crimson's going to look back with some regrets, and we know that Dixie is going to get everybody's best on every Wednesday and Friday from here on out as we open tonight with the second half of Region 9 play. I think that might have been the best chance to get Dixie this year. Yeah, I can agree with that. Well, we are exactly 1 month away as the Dixie drum line heads out. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of the drum line and the music playing. But yeah, 1 month away from UVU and the 4A state basketball tournament. So a lot of more basketball left to go. You got to give it to Coach Roberts and these Flyers, as we're going to get a chance here to talk to him real quick and wrap things up. As he puts on a headset, we're just a month away from the state tournament, and I'll tell you, this Flyers team looks ready. Coach Roberts, first of all, I got to ask, Cheering on that last play, or kind of as a coach like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
What's funny is about a month ago, there was some little reel that went out. A guy, like point guard, threw a bounce pass, right, to a guy, and I'm like, if you ever get a chance to throw a bounce pass, let's see if it goes in. Let's see if Kyle will come and follow it up.
I love
Definitely not trying to run score up, taunt. It's just trying to have some fun a little bit.
And it didn't feel like that. It was one of those plays where you're just like, oh, they're going to do this.
Yeah, I mean, he could have bounced it out of bounds and hit a fan or something.
Well, and after a hard-fought game like that, where it was back and forth for a solid 3.5 quarters, it felt like, as Ben mentioned, he said it was an exclamation point to the game where you finally had the chance to pull away towards the end.
My biggest take right now is credit Crimson, because I've been telling our coaches, been waiting. Somebody's going to zone us. Somebody's going to zone us. Somebody's going to zone us. And finally, it was a good team, too, which is exactly what we wanted, because, you know, that championship game last year, they they came out in a really different type of matchup zone, and we couldn't handle it, and I didn't get the ball to Kyle, right?
Well,
and
you certainly found a way tonight. Yeah. To me, what seemed different tonight was being able to not rebound was what really hurt Crimson tonight. You guys do such a good job of crashing the glass, and in a zone, although they stopped the first and second options, it was that not giving up on the defense or offensive glass that really was those extra points.
Yeah, and I think I would credit, you have Damon Myers that's flying in there, and the Logan Whitehour. I mean, he's the X factor when it comes to those type of things, just because he is so big and strong and has a knack for it. So definitely credit those guys. And then Kyle had a couple big ones too. Sean had an unbelievable game, which he has been playing phenomenal, and so proud of him too. But yeah, rebounding is, especially out of his zone, right? I mean, it's tough.
Well, I'm curious, what point of the game did you feel like, okay, the momentum's back with us?
I mean, coming out of halftime, I still felt fine. We made a few little adjustments just against some things that we won't talk about right here, but we did. We made some adjustments that actually helped us. And one of those, which you guys saw, we would shoot within 5 to 10 seconds of the shot clock. We were playing defense. We were gassed. And we played defense the whole first half. We did not even play offense. And so I'm like, well, we held them to, 28 in the first half. Our defense is fine, but we're not scoring, but we're taking really early shots. So we kind of got into what we wanted to do, into our motion stuff, and playing out of Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, it was a solid game and another win here in Region as we start the second half of Region play. And big games coming up too. Pineview stuff. Pineview just fell to Desert Hills as well. So Desert Hills is showing a little life coming into the second half of Region play. What else are we looking forward to?
Well, that's the biggest thing about Region 9. Region 11 doesn't like me because I still say that Region 9 is the best region in the state. And I think it's any classification because every night's a rivalry game. You have no idea, right? You can't take a night off. All the coaches prepare so well, and you have to come with your A game every night, or you're going to get beat. That's the bottom line.
It's true, and sitting behind me was the former director of Nike basketball for 34 years, and he leaned down at halftime and said, this Dixie team is really good and really well coached, and he's probably seen more basketball than most of the people in this gym, if not all of them. He's been on the floors of some big games, and for him, to me, that is the ultimate credit, which is this Flyer atmosphere. The staff and the players just seem to all know their role and execute it night in, night out.
Well, that's a nice compliment. Let him know that I've been buying Nike uniforms for the last 16 years, so maybe we'll get a discount.
He said
this
to
year.
me, he said, where did they get those Kobe Protros?
That's what it's year 24, graduation year 24.
Yeah,
Kobe's number 24. We're trying to have some fun.
I think hats off to the culture and the environment that you've created, because even the band coming off the floor, it feels like it's not a high school environment. It feels like it's more of a college environment.
That's nice of you guys. I mean, you know how it is. It's really about the kids, as we know, and especially this senior group that I've had for a long time, since about second grade, most of them, sixth grade with Logan and Kyle. But just excited, and hopefully we can stay healthy and then just keep grinding.
Well, good luck the rest of the way. Keep it up, and congrats on another great win.
Thanks, and again, let's credit Crimson tonight. They came and played very well.
They absolutely did. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, you guys.
Well, as we wrap it up here in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, some great words there from Coach Roberts on the winning side. And we will be seeing them very soon, and we'll have more basketball for you with the Fan Sports Network coming up in just a few days. Wednesday night, we'll be right back at it here on the Fan Sports Network. So make sure to keep it right here. Subscribe to that, the Fan Sports Network on YouTube, and make sure to save and bookmark the page away from the fansportsnetwork.com. You can always find some great basketball games for you right here with us on the Fan Sports Network. Again, the final score, 71-60. Dixie gets the win over Crimson Cliffs. As we wrap it up, thank you for joining us on the Boulevard Home Game of the Week. Want to give a shout out to Paul Ratliff back in the studio on the radio side of things in the Fan Sports Network, Finley Hyundai Studio, Ben Lindquist on the broadcast with me, and Sebastian running the camera, myself, Caden Formas. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. We'll see you next time.